welcome back to our YouTube channel and our New Zealand series.
On the road again.
For this episode we are again heading to the airport. It is Friday today, it is another public holiday, it's Anzac Day, and we are making the most of it by heading a little south.
Going to Queenstown.
We are very excited about this one. I think Queenstown's been top of our list since we very first decided to come to New Zealand, so we're really excited about it. We are going for 4 nights, 5 days. A few ideas and things we want to do while we're there, but we are just heading to the airport now, and then it's going to be an hour 50 flight to Queenstown, so we will bring you along with us.
Hello.
So we've just hit Queenstown and we've just dropped our cases before we check in, but we've just arrived at the lake, and yeah, first point of call.
It is quite breathtaking. It feels very much like a ski resort. There's a nip in the air, the sun is shining, and there's just mountains everywhere where you look. You can't get a bad view. And we've hit the main street, which I think is Shotover Street. It feels like that's where it's all kicking off. And we've seen the queue for Fergburger, which is big here. It's one of the main things to do when you Google Queenstown activities.
I also got recommendations from people at work about that as well. They said they queued 5 hours for a burger.
We're here for 4 days, so maybe not. But everywhere you go down Shotover, it's either winter sport or biking stores to get the equipment, or it's the crazy activities you do here, looking onto them. So very much looking forward to having some activities tonight and seeing what we get up to.
Saturday, it is day 2, and we were a bit shocking last night with an update, I'm not gonna lie.
There's a lot going on.
We had a bit of a night. We realised that we booked a room without a full kitchen.
That was me, that was my fault.
Which meant we were then trying to figure out how we were gonna make food. And we ended up getting some hot food already made from the local shop. And then we're gonna go out for some meals. We're gonna make the most of it. But that was last night's problem. Please forgive us for the lack of comms. However, we've woken up this morning, it is a beautiful blue sky day.
We are doing one of my favourite activities. We are doing the Skyline Luge. You might have seen it on social media. It essentially looks like real life Mario Kart and goes down the side of a mountain. So karts that don't have a motor because you're just using gravity going downhill. And it's a 1 mile track, serpentining down the mountains like a ski slope. And you just in a queue at the top and you race whoever's in the queue. And with the tickets, we get 3 goes down the mountain and then you get the gondola back up. Cannot wait for this one.
Yeah, so that's today's plan. So we're just walking now to the bottom of the gondola. We're gonna go get that up and get the ball rolling. Just done the 3rd and final of our luge runs, and essentially we're just not going to talk about it because I don't see a need to personally. I
don't know what was up with my car, but it went flying.
So we're just going to move straight on from that.
Winner over here.
Great experience.
To win, yes. Like that, I'm not on the far.
I will push you off this thing.
Raise the winner.
So we're just going back on the chairlift now. We wanted to come back up. There are like some paths you can walk down the track and things. So we're just going to come up and enjoy the view and just make the most of being up here. And then we'll probably head back down. But yeah, we're just heading up now, make the most of all of this. home after wandering around town. Got ourselves a little sprucey.
Sprucey Brucey.
And now we're heading back into town for a nice evening meal. So today is Sunday and we've just woken up, just got out nice and early because today
we're going to Milford Sound.
This is one that we've been desperate to do, and we thought, well, we're down this way. I say down this way like it's not an 8-hour round trip. We'll go and do Milford Sound. We are just going to go pick up our hire car at the airport now and then start the 4-hour drive.
Suzuki Swift.
A very blue Suzuki Swift. It's very cute. And we picked that up from the airport. There doesn't seem to be a lot of car rentals in Queenstown outside of the airport, so we had to get the bus in and go pick that up. It was a little bit of a faff, not gonna lie, and someone got distracted and went for cup of teas and hot croissants. However, we're on the road and we're fully stocked. So we are heading over now to Milford Sound. We have to drive kind of south and then west to get to it. You can go north, but there's a point you can't get across west, so it's a bit of a long drive. It's going to be 3 hours 45. Then we'll get there in plenty of time to check in for our boat tour. So we decided to do the drive ourselves and to pick a boat tour because some of the other options were to get a coach from Queenstown and drive over in the coach, and then you'd be on it once you arrived. But for us, we kind of felt like if you've got bad seats on the coach, you can end up feeling quite travel sick and quite compact. But it might be better for us if we get a car and then we can stop and see the sights and kind of travel at our own leisure. So that's why we went for that option. Quick stop off for another copper in the loo. Back on the road again.
Hello.
So we've just got to Milford Sound, just been in the information centre and bought some gorgeous ponchos, as modelled by George. And we've just done our good deed for the day as we found some Americans whose card wouldn't work at the petrol station, didn't have enough fuel to get home, and we've sorted them out.
On that, there's not many fuel stations out there. You are out in wilderness, but on the car park there is a fuel station, so just be aware of that when you're planning your trip out here if you are driving like us.
But American cards don't work.
The visitor centre does have coffee and a cafe as well.
Yeah,
so
there's lunch there.
Yeah, so you can get food obviously before or after your cruise. There's parking as well, which is $10 an hour until 3 p.m. and then $5 an hour. Just take that into account when you factor in your pricing, if you want to drive here yourself and hire a car.
heading down to the boat now. There's a 10-minute walk from the visitor centre, and we're ready to get on board. Actually, it's time to check in.
afternoon.
So today is Monday. It is our last full day here in Queenstown, and we are just getting ready to do quite a big activity.
Another big activity, and probably the final one of the Queenstown Luge. We are doing the world's biggest?
Maybe.
World's best, world something, #1 ranked for a canyon swing. So it's a drop of 60 meters, and I think it's a full pendulum across of about 300 meters. So it's those crazy videos you've probably seen online where there's someone strapped to a harness, hovering in the air, and someone slowly cutting some rope until they fall and swing through a canyon. That's going to be us today.
I don't know if they all cut the rope, because I've seen someone click a button.
Hoping that's short and sweet. Put me out of misery.
So that's what we're going to do today. So we have to walk into Queenstown now to the shop to go get picked up, and then they'll drive us out to the canyon.
So we've booked on to a tandem one, so we're actually going to be doing this together, which is a first from all the extreme activities we've done over the years. A lot of it's been one person then the other, so this is going to be quite a new one for us, which it's sisters together.
It won't be me high-pitched screaming.
Yeah, we've got videos and photos booked in, so when you hear noises, that's going to be coming from this one.
So we're just gonna walk down now. It's gonna take us about 20 minutes to walk down to Queenstown.
So far so good, Mike. So far so good. Well, we tested.
Keep riding the train. Riding the way.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah, just until something goes wrong, then we're going to close it down. But until then,
One speed and let's go.
I'll see you when. Yeah, sorry for it. I mean, it's what you for.
Oh, there we go. This is getting awkward. Fuck it, we got a chainsaw.
Oh, dude, chase me, would you?
Oh, anytime, Mike. Pretty serious. Oh, yeah. Chop her head off.
Oh, it's broken,
Yeah,
mate.
yeah, yeah.
Is it going to work? It's gonna work.
Hello there. Let's do that.
Should we go now?
Hey guys. So we're all done. We've just finished our swing.
Tandem swing.
We were linked together, but because of the height difference, we were joined at the hip, and it meant we were kind of on a slant. But otherwise, great. So we had to sit down in our harness, and then they swung us out. And then they pretty much just dropped us straight from there. So we did go with chainsaw, and it was incredible.
You sit in the harness before they swing you out, and to feel the support of the harness is quite comforting before you go out. But then the 3 seconds of free fall is a strange experience. Not one I'm used to. Even with the skydiving, it was still a lot. Yeah, it's a crazy experience. Not one I can really put into words, but yeah, it's a bucket list thing ticked off, and it was incredible. And also what made it was the views at the bottom, and just swinging around the canyon with the sun beaming down. Crystal clear waters. It was quite a way to experience it.
Absolutely loved it. Top experience for me. And you did get to really enjoy the canyon, because we were looking at other ones, but the views here are gorgeous.
Actually, yeah, you said that. That was the point that you made of going with this one, wasn't it? And thank you for that, because that was incredible.
Yeah, well, anytime. But we're just walking back up to the bus to head into Queenstown.
Hey guys, so today is Tuesday morning. We have just checked out of our lovely apartment for the week that we had for the weekend, and we're going to go drop our cases off at the office for the apartments, and then we're going to do some last bits of exploring in Queenstown to round up what has been one of my favourite trips to New Zealand.
Not really talking because my throat sounds horrendous. I think it's a combination of the Milford Sound car journey and all the sing song that we were doing, and also a lot of screaming yesterday with the swing. So I sound horrendous, you'll have to bear with me. It's a little bit rough.
It's interesting because we did bump into we met some nice people on the swing yesterday, an Irish couple, and got talking about their experience in New Zealand and particularly Queenstown. And then we bumped into them again in Fergbergen, and they shared their experience with getting the coach to Milford Sound and said it was
Eventful. Actually, I think the word he used was traumatic.
10 hours on a coach, and yeah, he said it wasn't as amazing experience as what it sounded like we had.
He said it took away from the boat because of how long we were on the coach.
Yeah.
And other people on the coach affected his experience.
Which is the thing that we were debating, and I think it was the thing that pushed us to get the car the most. So happy with that decision, but just something else to add when if you are deciding to go Milford Sound and how you decide to do that. But for today, it might be a cuppa to soothe the throats and just a leisurely stroll to enjoy the beautiful view of Queenstown one more time. Hey guys, so we are just wandering back to get our cases now and then head to the airport, unfortunately. That is all for us in the adventure capital of the world. So thank you guys for watching, and we will see you very soon for the next one.